Beauty fam, today I'm gonna do a little get ready with me with some makeup with the new to me Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, and then doing a series of 6 questions of kind of getting to know me. And if you're interested in that, then keep watching. Hi beauty fam, I thought I would do a little bit of a get ready with me with a chatty questions of get to know me. I was on Dion Luvs Makeup, and I'll put her Instagram and her YouTube channel below. And she did this The Goddess and the Troll Friendmas in February collaboration, and she did a get to know us tag. I'm not sure who started it, but I'll put down the questions below. But I thought I would do my makeup while answering some of these questions. Still using this Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. I can't stop using it. It's beautiful. Picked up during the sale from last year from Sephora, finally the Mercury Retrograde palette. And I know it's old, but we're getting into Valentine's season. So I thought with the purples and just the colors are so pretty. And I'm feeling like I want it to be spring already. So I'm going to try to dip into that today. My skin is really prepped already. I think I'm going to try to not use primer today. My face, it's not bad now. I actually did a mask earlier to calm the redness. I don't want to use primer today. I put on a lot of skincare, including a Sisley mask, and what it does, it really hydrates my skin, and so I'm wondering if that can be just fine for a primer. It might be nice to know a little bit about each other as content creators, so if you're wanting to do this tag as well, you're welcome to. So I'll put the questions below. Get to know us tag questions. Number 1, when did you start wearing makeup and why? Let's start with this. I don't know if I can do 2 things at once, but we'll see. I would have to say I probably started wearing makeup in high school. I remember my older sister and cousin trying makeup and hiding in the bathroom, and they're about 5 years older than me. So they were into that makeup beforehand, and I remember being about 5 and they were maybe 10 or 11, and they were hiding in the bathroom wearing makeup already. So I was really interested and wanting to try, but they were saying I was too young. And I don't know if some of you remember, it was this one brand where makeup that was geared towards kids, and it was makeup that was marketed like Crayola crayons. I don't know if you remember that. I'm kind of dating myself, but yeah, that was probably the first time I wore makeup, and usually gloss is the first thing. So I remember wearing that. But in high school, I remember my sister started wearing makeup, and then I think my mom took her to the Clinique counter. I would kind of sneak into my sister's bedroom and then play with her makeup or my mom's makeup. And my mom did her makeup in the downstairs bathroom in the vanity down there. So I would sneak in, try on the lipstick. I didn't know how to do anything else. So I think the first thing that I was always interested was lipstick, because it seems like the easiest thing to do. Like foundation and any eye products are a little bit more advanced for a teenager. So I just remember Clinique, this raspberry red being the color that my sister would wear, and then I ended up picking up that color, and I used to wear that Clinique color and that silver bullet with ridges all through high school. So it was like this raspberry color that was a little bit glossy and not matte. So I don't know the name of it, but I definitely remember the smell and the color of that lipstick. And then I think when I was about 15, 16 is when they created that cosmetics line Prescriptives, which was custom because, as you know, back in the 80s, they didn't color match very well. They still don't, right? But it's a little better. And this is why I love Nars, that this is so great, that I remember that Nars, out of all the brands I use, they have probably the closest shade match to my color and undertone. The second would be Dior, but Dior is really fussy on my skin. And so I remember using Prescriptives as being a brand that I loved, and I still don't think they did a shade match with my face. And being younger, my skin was actually quite good, so I don't think I remember wearing foundation. I just remember wearing powder. I think I recall getting my first eyeshadow quad was one they customized, and it was totally basic, right, for a high schooler, and it was like a taupey brown, a chocolate brown eyeshadow, like a whiter cream color, and then an orange color. So those are like very basic neutral colors for someone with tan skin. And I remember using that quad a lot because it was customized for brown skin, tan skin. And then I remember having a couple lipsticks from them. And then probably by the time I was 16, I was getting into MAC cosmetics because they were just more edgy. And that was about the time of the 90s when like really pale skin, thin eyeliner or thin eyebrows, and either dark burgundy or red matte lipsticks were really popular. So I just remember being, MAC Cosmetics was my jam. So I just remember that whole Viva Glam campaign was just great. And I started using that powder, which like MAC Fix. I think it's like that powder foundation that's still popular today. I remember using that. And back now in reflection, I was like, I totally didn't need that because my skin was really good back then. And probably actually breaking out my skin because it's too thick. In high school was like the first experiences I had of using makeup. I'm gonna go on to number 2. What brand or brands do you want to try in 2022? So what brands do I want to try in 2022? I haven't tried LYS, and I think they're a Black women-owned company, so I want to try LYS. I'd like to try more Danessa Myricks. I have some of her balm contours and her Lightworks palette, and I know she's got some really cool products for eyes that I want to try. Merit Beauty, I think that's a cleaner beauty brand I'm wanting to try. I'm trying to think what else. And some of these other ones I've have a little bit, but I want to try more of Phytosurgence, which is based out of Canada. And I think that's it. If there's any brands that you think I should try, let me know. 3, what brands are you not interested in trying 2022? I think that's a funny question. KKW, Kylie Jenner, I don't know, all that whole Kardashian empire people, I'm just not interested in giving my money more to that whole family. I've heard Jeffree Star is really bad, so I'm not ever interested in his makeup. It's just also just not my demographic. And let's see, what brands are you not interested? You know, I actually tried La Prairie foundation just as a sample a couple months ago. I'm not interested in trying them because they're not really interested in expanding their shade range to brown or tan people. It's really defaulted on, I think it's a Swiss company. So like, I'm gonna guess like majority Swiss people are very fair skinned. So I'm not interested in La Prairie. I'll go back to the brands I want to try in 2022. I've been dipping my toe back in on and off with Westman Atelier. I tried their blush. I just was not impressed for the price you pay. I love clean beauty and I love luxury beauty, but I just didn't think it was worth it. I think a brand that's a little bit more worth it is Victoria Beckham. Of just the quality and it being clean, you're gonna be paying more. But I thought at least with Victoria Beckham, maybe it's just more my aesthetic of like, of course she's more edgy, more fashionable. And I think Westman Atelier is more like classic and basic. It's for women who don't know much about makeup, who don't want to fuss too much. But I mean, Victoria Beckham is a fashion icon, music icon, and she's just so chic. So she's going to have a certain aesthetic with her brand and then the makeup color story she picks. So I think, sorry, I kind of blended 2 and 3, but I think brands I'm not interested in trying 2022. I'm still on the fence about Westman Atelier. Okay, so I'm dipping into this Huda Beauty palette. I don't think I'm going to swatch it. If you want me to do that, I can do it on another video or Instagram. I love the color curation. You know, she's a woman of Middle Eastern descent, I think. So she's going to look a little bit like the color curation she's going to pick are geared towards tan, olive tones folks like me. So of course, like I'm gonna resonate. This color story is gonna be more my jam. It does tend to be sometimes more on the light side, but what I do like about her company is that when she does her 9 pans of like nudes, she actually does light, medium, dark. So, I mean, she's kind of setting the standard of what we're asking these companies to do. Going into this crash color here, just to see what that looks like. Okay, and for me, it shows up like a mauve color, and these can be hit or miss because sometimes they can be too ashy. This depending on your skin tone and undertone, so we'll see. Okay, so number 4, what makeup technique are you hoping to improve on in 2022? I think I'm interested in seeing that eyeliner technique where it's not straight across, that you actually do a jagged jagged eyeliner look for hooded eyes. And I'll put a picture in so you know what I'm talking about. I've been doing wing eyeliner since high school, so I feel like I'm really comfortable with doing wings. And I do more of a subtle wing. I don't do the vampy wings. I mean, I know how to do it, but it's just not my aesthetic. So if you're thinking about like Dita Fonte's, like old school, like really dramatic, that's not my jam. I do more of like a subtle wing. So I've been doing that for a very long time. So I'm pretty used to doing that. What's changing in my eyes is that my eyes are becoming more wrinkly and hooded. Do you see that right here? So it's harder to do the wing. So I'm trying to see if that new technique might work. Okay, what technique are you hoping to improve? I'm going into this shade Karma here, Karma. So it's like this, it's this one here, really peachy color here. I'm trying to think what other technique I'm trying to improve. I think generally I've started off with my makeup preference being more basic in color. So I like classic colors, as some of you've seen. So I'm really attracted to those colors, but in terms of neutrals and like more everyday colors, and that's also what luxury beauty kind of leans towards, are kind of more basic colors. And so the past year, I think I've really pushed myself to venture out in more colorful stories, and I'm really liking it. So I think I'm interested in, it's not necessarily a technique, I think I'm more interested in experimenting more with color, if that makes sense, instead of the basic colors. I mean, this can be colorful, but it's a little bit more, you know what I mean, like basic. It's not super bold. You know, I think about Pat McGrath has more edgy colors, and I recently got the Odin's Eye palettes and then Adept Cosmetics. So I think about kind of venturing out that way. And if there's color stories or brands you think I should try, my caveat would be I don't like pigments because they actually irritate my eyes. There's a difference between pigments and eyeshadows in the market, so I don't like pigments, and I generally try to avoid palettes that are made in China, and that just has to do with quality control. And also they had some rule back, I don't know if it's last time I checked, but they were requiring cosmetic companies to test on animals, and I just don't like that. I just don't agree with that. It doesn't mean that my products are cruelty free, but it's something I do kind of look at, you know, but I just don't like a government like requiring that is needing to happen. But I do make exceptions, you know. Danessa Myricks, her products are made in China and they're fantastic quality. I just am a bit skeptical about the quality control. I definitely am a bias in that I want products that are a little bit more regulated in like maybe Italy or in the United States. And that's just me, that's my preference. Going on to question 5, what 2 makeup products do you refuse to be without, and why? Makeup products, I would say any sort of lipstick or lip balm, I refuse to not be without. Okay, I'm going into the shimmer shades. These are really pretty. This is such a fun palette. I can see why people really like this. Okay, I'm going to swatch some of these up here actually. Okay, I'm going to pick maybe the pink one and then put the purple underneath. Where's this one here? Actually, that's Supernova. Okay, what 2 makeup products do I refuse to be without? I would say I refuse to be without any sort of lip product. It doesn't have to be even lipstick. I just want some sort of hydration on my lips. And so even with the mask wearing the past 2 years, I will still wear not lipstick, but some sort of lip balm or something, lip oil, just to keep my lips hydrated, because I really take good care of my lips. And they're also larger, so I just always in my bag, if there's one makeup product you're going to find in there, it's going to be at least 1, if not 2 or 3 lip products. Okay, so I put that down. It's very monochromatic. There's really not much contrast, and that's okay. What a fun palette. I can see why people really like this. Okay, I'm going to use Cosmic, which is this one. a Spectrum Katie Jane Hughes brush in 20. It's a small brush, and I'm still testing these out, so I don't have an opinion on these yet, but I'll do a follow-up on these. Okay, I'm going into Libra, which is this color here, and it's gonna run that in my down here. Lipstick and liquid eyeliner has been my staple in my kit for as long as I can remember. And actually, I'm gonna taking Hot Mess, this burgundy color, and just deepening out this color, this line here. So in my makeup bag, I have an assortment of, if I'm on the go, I have my go makeup bag. I have lip balm or some sort of assorted lip products. I definitely have some sort of liquid eyeliner. And then the next priority with maybe mascara. And then with mask wearing, I'm kind of on the fence if I really need any sort of coverage for my face. So, because most of the time if I'm out, I'm wearing a mask. So it would be in that order. Okay. So far, really pretty. This is such a romantic color story. I'm glad I got this. For this next project pan, Shop My Stash, I'm going to pull the Love palette because, of course, it's like the one time a year everyone pulls out their Natasha Denona Love palette. What facial skincare products do you refuse to be without, besides cleanser and moisturizer, and why? Yeah, I was gonna plan on doing a video soon. I'm going to use my hand to build this up here. Okay, now it's pretty. I'm curious if this is gonna flake. I usually would grab my Pat McGrath Intensifies Wand, but this is the first time I'm using this palette, so I want to see, without any extra help, if these shimmer shades can stand on their own. Okay, what skincare products would I refuse to live without? I would say, I'm going into Vortex here. It's actually a plum color. It looks like, I'll swatch it for you. I would say my hyaluronic acid serum, because that was what the game changer was for me in terms of helping my rosacea and eczema. And no matter, even if I was using great lotion or cream for my face, my skin was still patchy. It's hard to pick just one. I think that's a harder question for me than the makeup, because my skincare routine is very extensive. And I'm happy to, share my morning and evening routine currently if you think that's an interesting video. Back in that Katie Jane Hughes, that looks like a smaller brush, number 20. I think I would like to take Ultraviolet, this color, and just use that on the bottom. Let's see if that picks up. So I would say hyaluronic acid. I've been using Good Molecules, but any hyaluronic acid is a good thing to have in your routine if you have dry skin or aging skin. And that was like one serum I probably would never give up. And then in my current routine, I would say I would refuse to give up my Saffron Sisley Nourishing Cream. And that was a game changer for me in really fixing my skin barrier, because it's been really challenged and really broken down by rosacea and eczema. And it was Sisley SA, sales associate, who recommended I try that. I think she gave me a sample and I could see the improvement right away in my skin quality. So I think it has a lot of peptides and nourishing and healing elements in there, and that just really turned my skin around as well. I think we're done with the challenge questions. I went through those pretty quick, or either that I'm just really slow in doing my makeup. Okay, I finished my eyes and I think it looks so pretty. I can see why people love this Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I can see it's really accessible and just really pretty. I'm grabbing the Chantecaille Joy Wild Horses blush, and this is in my project pan. So just grabbing that to Do some blush here. I think it'll be a nice pink to match the romantic purple and pink I'm already wearing. I'm using the Soft Cheek by Sonia G. It's my favorite blush brush. Huda cheek brush. It's squirrel hair, and it's just the way it lays down color. I'm just grabbing the Victoria Beckham 03 bronzer. And it's my favorite brush because I have such sensitive cheeks with my rosacea and eczema that it just glides on more than even, I would say, goat hair or Sonia G. There's something about the squirrel hair on these brushes that are just, and I totally over blushed and bronzed. So you can see it's what I do every single time. I'm gonna buff this out with the Chantecaille blurring powder. Because I'm wearing pink and purple, is the La Mer highlighter, and I have this in my project pan. It has a cream base there, which could be used alone, and then you flip it over and it has this pink peachy one over here. Do you see that? That's so pretty. I love it. And I'm sorry to be showing you a product that is no longer being sold by La Mer. I think you can find it on eBay or Mercury. I think that's where I found mine. And I just love this highlighter because it's tan person friendly, and because it's La Mer, which is marketed towards women with aging skin, or people with aging skin, I should say, because I don't want to be gendered. I think it pays attention to not adding more wrinkles in there. So it just adds this really beautiful glow. Here, put some here. And I'm already starting to pan it, so that's why. And then what else do I have on my eyes? So I finished on my eyes with the Chanel Purple Chocolate Liner, Gucci Amethyst down here, and then again Giga Black down here, mascara, and then the Volume Dame Chanel for my eyes on top. So here's the finished eye look up close. Sorry for the shadows, but I am in natural light, and that's what we're dealing with. I think I do need to buff this out a little bit. I'm loving this Nars foundation. I just can't stop using it. Nars really gets, I think, undertones. I think people have criticized that they find it too yellow for them. It's an easy, glowy foundation, and it's almost like my perfect shade match. And that's what I love about Nars, is that right off the bat, it was I think it's created or started by a makeup artist. So they're gonna be more, inclusive of the kind of color range they have, and they understand undertones. But I just appreciate they pay attention to undertones more than other companies tend to do. Okay, just did my eyebrows with the Espresso Tom Ford. I think they might have stopped making this. They might be reformulating. I have no idea. I'm grabbing one of my favorite lipsticks, which is the Suqqu Comfort Lip Fluid Fog Suqqu Lip, and it's 06, and it's basically a purple lipstick. So I'm gonna slap that on. But when you have tan skin or brown skin or dark skin, it's not gonna look so purple. It's just gonna look like a perfect berry color. And if you're tan and brown, you know what I mean. I think on light skin, this is gonna look purple. But those of us who have tan skin or brown, it just ends up looking like just the best berry purple color. Okay, so that's it, beauty fam. Thanks for joining me. I want to get ready with me and then getting to know me with the questions. And as always, please be very kind to yourself and others, and just be you. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please consider doing so, commenting below and liking, and then I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.